Sorry, Mom and Dad, my hair is about to be pink. Hey guys, so welcome to my salon. I have my little mic here just so that I can cancel out as much of the hair dryers and music and whatnot as possible. And here is my hair god, Jacqueline.
Hi guys, I'm Jacqueline. I've been coloring Anisha's hair for a while now. And we have been working on the process of making her blonde. She's this gorgeous, icy blonde now. And it's obviously a lot harder on her hair since she's naturally very, very dark brunette. So we've been working for a while to bring her lighter, and we're finally at a point where she's nice and cool. She's got all these great icy tones to her hair, and we've decided that we're going to do an antique pink, or a version of that today. So, because she's already a cooler blonde, and she has a lot of pretty cool tones in her hair, we are going to skip the lightening process today. We don't need to do that and expose any more warmth. We're trying to get as far away from warmth as possible. So we're going to skip the whole lightening process and kind of just work on what we've already done as far as lightening goes. She's got this beautiful sandy brunette base and then all this gorgeous lightness on the bottom. So we're going to kind of work with that and layer in a few different color pinks. A few different tones of antique pinks, some brighter, some a little bit more hollow. So it's going to be really gorgeous. We're really excited. Thanks for joining us. So I'm first going to apply a little bit of a deeper root because we want a little bit of depth here, some cool depth. So I mixed up something for that. And then I'm going to apply two different pinks. Both are going to be a cooler base. One's going to be more of antique-y pink. One's going to be a little bit more of a cooler, richer pink. And I'm going to just, depending on where the hair is lifted, so the really, really light pieces are going to be more of that antique, lighter pink. And some of where she has more depth in her hair, I'm going to kind of incorporate the darker pink. So I'm just going to kind of work around what I've already pre-lifted and highlighted through her hair.
Since we're not lightening, I am actually allowing my hair to breathe a little bit from all the lightening products because I definitely do have damage. This is gonna kind of help, and we're just gonna play around with color for a little bit, let my hair breathe. And there is Olaplex in this, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Olaplex is your best friend.
That's a really good point, actually, too, that most people who are blonde or want to be blonde and are brunettes, it's a great way to give yourself a rest if you want to play with some fashion colors, because you can kind of get creative without having to put your hair through all of that lightening.
So for someone like me who maybe has like grown out blonde or just is like too damaged so they have some brassiness, besides going dark, what are like fun colors or fashion colors that you would suggest would be good if they want to kind of cover the brassiness but they don't want to lighten their hair?
Lavender,
okay,
great. Like any of those really pale pastel-y purples.
Okay.
Because purple is going to cancel out that warmth. So that would be really great to do. And the nice thing about the pastels is they don't stay in the hair as well. So while you're not going to get a lot of longevity out of the color, most fashion colors you're not going to get longevity out of anyways. And at least this way you can go back to blonde when you want to much easier.
Okay.
Versus if you did something darker, like a darker purple or a dark blue, it's going to stick in the hair a little bit more and then make it harder when you want to go lighter again.
Is there something that you should always, like, you suggest people to like tell their colorist for getting even color?
Yeah, I mean that should be a question in the consultation with your colorist. But yes, you should always share where you're parting your hair because that's huge. I mean, the colorist could do a beautiful job, but then if you part your hair a completely different way, you're not even gonna get the benefit from it, you know? So that's important to share. And then obviously, like, what you do on a daily basis to your hair, what you use to shampoo your hair, what you've used on your hair before is so important, being honest, because no one's going to get mad at you. But if you tell somebody that you don't have color on your hair and you do, it's going to affect the way your color takes.
Right.
Badly. So there will be times when people are like, oh, I have nothing on my hair, and you go to lighten it, and they did, and then they don't get as light as they were hoping. So it's really important to be honest with your colorist and tell them just like, okay, I shampoo my hair this often, this is what I use, this is how long ago I colored my hair. That's all very important information.
What's your opinion on extensions? Like all types of extensions?
I love clip-ins, which we have for you.
Yes.
Those are my favorite because you can put them in and take them out as you wish. They don't really put much pressure on your hair because they're temporary. The bonded extensions, I'm not really a big fan of. I don't really care for them because I've seen them do a lot of damage on the client's hair. They're fused to each hairspan, so it's a lot of pressure and it's heavy on the hairspan, so it actually causes a lot of damage.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, a lot of women get breakage from that. So as beautiful as they are, it can cause a lot of damage and end up putting you back. Once you take them out, all of a sudden now you have no hair left, or not as much as you had before.
If someone has really damaged hair from either coloring or hot tools or chemical treatments, what are like the best ways that you would suggest to kind of resurrect damaged hair?
I think, first and foremost, treatments, like what you do, the Olaplex treatment's phenomenal to put in your color. It helps rebuild the bonds. Those are amazing. Finishing treatments to put moisture back in, like Kerastase treatments, masks, doing masks at home, but you just need to be careful because some are protein-based and some are moisture-based, and some people's hair needs one more than the other. So if you're using, say for example, a protein-based mask and you're noticing your hair is not getting any better, it's actually feeling worse, you're giving your hair too much protein. Okay. And then you need to balance it with moisture. So you really need to kind of be careful and also, listen to your colorist or stylist because they will know. Like protein, if you have too much protein in the hair, you can get breakage. Okay. So you can actually end up hurting your hair more. But moisture, you just won't, if you're missing protein, you won't be seeing the benefits that you need.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay guys, so this is post-wash. I'll have Jacqueline explain exactly what happened at the sink.
So we had to layer in a few times because she was so blonde. The first time it was just a little hollow. So we ended up layering another antique pink with just a little bit of more of a like kind of purpley pink to it. And then I did another pastel pink on top of it. So I'm really just trying to layer that pink in for her so it holds better because it's not a natural color, it's a fashion color. It's not going to really hold as well. So we're hoping that this will hold for a week or two. She's very good about how she takes care of her hair. And and then she'll come back in and we'll kind of relayer it back in again for her. But we're super excited to have it get finished with Sam, one of our fantastic stylists and the owner of the salon. And we will let you see it when it's all done.
This here is Sam. Sam is the owner of Haven Salon, which is where I'm at right now, and she's also the only person who has come close to my head with a pair of scissors in the last 10 years. So Sam today, since I'm here all day, is going to style my hair. Sam styles it like nobody else, and so I wanted her to style it. I wanted her to style it and kind of tell you guys how she does things, what she uses, and the whole rundown, because I feel like once you get the hang of doing this, it's pretty easy and it goes pretty quick.
Take your time.
But it just seems very daunting. Like when you see the finished result, it's always like, there's no way I could do that. So, take it away, Sam.
All right, here we go. We're gonna start by detangling her hair. I use a prep spray from R&Co. It's called One. Okay. Then I'm going to add her moisture products for shine. Definitely her ends are compromised after all of the processes she's been through. But this is High Dive. I'm going to add that next from mids to ends, just a tiny bit, very concentrated product. Then I'm going to go in with Chiffon Styling Mousse. So we're going to put that starting at her roots and build it through to the ends. I always like to comb through to get an even application. And then we are going to blow dry her hair with a round brush. And then what I'll be doing is going through and teaching you a curling iron technique. Then we're going to finish off with a little outer space flexible hold hairspray. It's so cool. Sorry. Nerd.
Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so Sam is actually using the Dyson hairdryer.
This one right here.
So fun story, I got the Dyson and I was like, Sam, I'm obsessed with it, and Sam is a nerd when it comes to certain products and knowing about it. So I was like telling her all the cool things about the Dyson, and she was like, yeah, right, there's no way I need to spend that much money on the hairdryer.
She gave it to me for 2 days and let me use it on all my clients.
Yep. She was like, oh, when you gave it to me, I was gonna use it and I was gonna be like, no way, but it was a fun couple of days. She texted me like later that night or the next morning and she was like, I hate you. And now she owns one.
And now I love her. Okay, so what I just did was quick dry Anisha's hair. I took it to about 3/4 of the way dry, according to her texture and amount of hair. This way I can go in with my round brush and easily take my sections, get them dry in the texture that I want, and do it as quickly as possible. So the reason I love the Dyson blow dryer is because it's super light, it's quiet, and also it's extremely efficient in getting the hair dry fast, and it looks really cool. So when you're quick drying the hair, you want to, number one, scrub at the root so that you're disrupting any growth patterns naturally occurring on the head. Number two, you want to make sure you're forcing the air in the direction that you want the hair to fall. So if you want volume from here up, you want to force it up that way. If you want it to be sleek and smooth, you want to force it down. So when I go in with my round brush, I want to make sure I take sections equal to the diameter of my barrel. That way you're not overdoing it or working too hard to dry the hair. You're going to want to follow the brush with the air of the blow dryer so that you get a nice smooth finish. You're not roughing up the cuticle at all. You're sealing it down so that it's
Not
tiny,
frizzy.
pretty, not frizzy. And then you'll work through the head in neat sections until you have it all blown dry. You'll see my sectioning right now. Different cuts, I would use different sectioning, but here we go.
Don't bleach your hair, kids. Jokes, always bleach your hair.
So worth it.
So worth it.
Okay, so we just finished up the round brush blow dry, and I usually like to let it cool for a little before I go into it and break everything up. I want to just explain to you what I did during pulling the hair out of the brush. I gave it a little twist and then sealed the ends down a little bit straighter so that it's going to be more of a wave rather than that swoopy, like bouncy curl. It's going to be more of a wave. And then I'm going to actually mimic that with the curling iron so you can see both ways. Usually if I'm in a rush, I just quick dry it all the way dry and curl it like this.
Also, so you guys know, I feel like a newscaster with my mic here, but I wanted to make sure you guys could hear me with all the blow dryers going on. But they are actually doing like classes behind us, so
Learn how to blow dry your own hair. What are the chances?
So just wanted to let you guys know that this is a class for makeup and for hair, both going on behind us. Side note, this is the first time I'm seeing my new color dry, and I love it. It's so cool because anytime I turn my head, I can catch different colors. My hair, I don't remember the last time it like looked this healthy. I still love my blonde hair, but it looks really healthy. It feels super soft. All the R & Co stuff, like I love the High Dive Moisture Shine Cream. I've been using this and I'm obsessed with it. But the mousse at my roots, usually mousses, I like them for volume, but they feel heavy and like there's residue in the hair. This one does not at all. And this curling technique that Sam's about to show you is like her trademark curling technique, which is so cool because because she actually showed me how to do this like a long time ago, and this is how I like 9 times out of 10 will curl my own hair, just because it's so quick, but it gives you that effortless beachy look, and it's all like with one tool, which is really cool.
I just sectioned basically a halo around her head, so that, again, same idea as the brush. I want to stay within the means of my barrel. Now, bangs can get a little tricky. Don't go crazy curling these bangs. I am going to still touch them, and also the same idea as with the blow dryer and round brush. Over directing creates a softer, more volume style.
I think this shape looks really good.
Yeah. So that was quick because it's the bang, but you're gonna do a curl and then pull through in the ends. And then with the bang again, I like to kind of settle it down and mold it as it cools. Ends out, when you curl, have a nice little section in there and then pull through. So this is a little bit straighter than the mids.
Are you curling away for all the curls, or are you curling?
So with this look that I'm doing, I don't want it to be all going one way. I like to start away from the face, and then in the next section following, I come towards the face.
So the first face framing sections
out,
and then pull through. That straight pull through is like what the key is behind getting that really like effortless beachy look. And this, honestly, once you get the hang of it, you can do your hair in literally like 5-10 minutes. Like Sam just did her hair in literally maybe 3 minutes.
And it was an atrocity before this video.
Which you guys will probably see.
A long day.
We can insert it here. Ew, holy mother. R & Co. All their stuff, it doesn't say categorically on each product that protects against heat or anything, but it does protect against heat, and just by the natural ingredients that are in all the products, which is really cool, including the shampoos and conditioners. They're all UV and heat protected.
For each section, I'm reversing the way that I curled the opposite section. And I use that throughout the head, aside from the front pieces.
If you don't have like a professional wand, if you just have like a clip wand, you can do the exact same thing, the way she's like releasing and bringing the hair in so that the tightest curl is closest to the root. Having the fuller curl near the roots is going to give you more volume and also help create more texture, since the ends are kind of looser and give you that beachy vibe.
Yep. And then I can show you another technique when we're done, just in case you wanted more texture at your root.
I actually had a horrifying bang incident before I found Sam, which is why I found Sam. I wanted side bangs for the first time in my life, and the lady who I went to at a different salon, she used a razor to like cut that and my whole head of hair, and my hair was so thin and just scraggly, like it looked like I had a mullet. And so after that I was like, I need to find someone that I can stick with. So then I found Sam, and now Sam is the boss lady here, which is always exciting.
We're a team. We have fun.
Yeah. And actually,
Collaboration.
a lot of the girls here, like, I don't know if you guys can see this lady over here, this one right here. That's Jerica. She refuses to come on camera. There's Jerica.
Hi.
So that one got a little weird. So I'm gonna go back in and re-slide through it.
So if there's a dent or something in the hair, where do you catch it to fix it? Instead of, do you recurl the whole piece, or do you?
Depends where it is, and you gotta be real careful with that, because you could do more damage than good going and fix it on your own at home. So just take your time if you really want it to be perfect. I always like to get in there and break up my sections before they cool, especially with finer hair.
And just for the record, guys, the barrel size that Sam is using is a
Inch and a quarter.
inch and a quarter, and she used the exact same size for her own hair at this very moment. So inch and a quarter is a good size if you want that more beachy, wavy, textured look. Is it true or false that if you use good product, you can actually use less, like a lower heat setting, because the product will help hold?
Yes, that can be true. For people at home that aren't as comfortable with the curling iron, I would lower it, because you're going to be taking more time with the iron in your hair, whereas I'm just touch and go. You want to have some sort of a heat protectant in your hair. So now we have our our curl in the hair, and again I'm letting it cool so that it will hold a little bit more, since Anisha's hair has been fried to where it doesn't need to hold that long.
That's all my parents ever tell me, is that I'm ruining my hair and I'm damaging.
It feels really good, so it's fine.
Say that again?
It feels really good.
So we are now
Breaking it up. You want to really get in there and disrupt everything that you just did. Don't be scared. If you've used the right product and gotten a good set in there, you'll be just fine.
Ooh, I feel like a mermaid.
And then I just go in and use my fingers to mold the waves. So now I'm going to go in with my hairspray and detail out the bottom, and then I'll show you that technique. Top too. So, like I was talking about before, now I can take sections at the root and go in and wrap them around to get more volume and more texture closer to the root. I just do it around the crown.
They will like know they're going to camera that. They try to show me that because
That's really too big. I like you better with this planner on top.
I agree.
Yeah, it like doesn't look like you.
So if it gets too voluminous, you can go in with your blow dryer And I'm assuming what Sam is doing now is basically just putting heat in the direction that the hair is falling so that it kind of flattens out the extra volume. Because we have decided that volume for me is good, but not that much volume. So this here is my final hairs. I love it. This is the color. This is the styling a la Sam, curls a la Sam, waves a la Sam. And let me show you guys a back shot.
It's all about the shape and how you customize it to that shape. Okay, so I want you guys to look at your.
I love it. Super excited. Sam, ladies and gentlemen, I will have Sam and Jacqueline's info down below in the info box for you guys. And today's breaking news, I have pink hair. Anyways, so that's a wrap really on today's video.
Hi, the party has arrived.
Oh no, I took it off recording just now. Oh no, it's totally recording. No, it's not. It totally is.
That was Catherine Mercury.
Catherine. This is Catherine, everyone. I've known her for a while. There she goes. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, that's a wrap, folks. I need a cocktail now.